Hey, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, welcome back to another video for Borderlands 3, and today Gearbox dropped a brand new trailer. This one is quite different to any of the trailers we've had up until this point. It's not necessarily a gameplay trailer, in fact it's not a gameplay trailer, so with that being said, there is not as much to pick apart with a fine-tooth comb like I normally would do. This trailer instead is more kind of just designed to be fun. It features the Vault Hunters dancing to the song Happy People by the Turtles, and you'll have segments where the Vault Hunters are dancing together, shooting enemies, looting weapons, and we do still get a few looks at some of their abilities, but it's done much more so in a playful manner. However, with that being said, there are still a few things that I do want to point out, so I'm going to go through this anyway and talk about the cool different segments. So if you do enjoy this, then a like would be super appreciated. If you haven't seen this for yourself, then I will link the original in the description box down below so you can check it out and hear the music with it. And of course, don't forget to keep it locked for plenty more Borderlands content. But firstly, turning our attention to the very first scene, this one of course features Claptrap just dancing on his own. The roses begin to grow on the ground, not entirely sure how that is possible given that it is a desert, but either way, he then goes over, points to the chest, which then opens up and actually reveals this little mini diorama, which zooms in and shows off the Vault Hunters. Now this first scene is just hilarious because they're all fighting together in a kind of more conventional manner, but Zane over there is clearly not taking it seriously because he's just dancing around and shooting enemies without even looking, and systematically the other Vault Hunters realise what he's doing, kind of get a little bit pissed off and just stop getting involved until Flak just finally drops his gun as like, what the hell are you doing? And of course that then leads into the next dancing segment.
To think about the girl you love and hold her tight, so happy together.
Now of course throughout this we do get a look at your typical Borderlands enemies. We see plenty of bandits, some psychos, we also see some of the new robotic Malawan looking troops, or Malawan looking enemies should I say, and we also see Flak's pet showing up and dancing with him at the same time. I do still think there must be something more to those hearts that we see than simply just trailer assets, because that's the second time we've seen them now, and while I appreciate this is not a gameplay trailer, there have been two instances now where Flak has interacted with his skag pet and there are hearts there. So I am kind of hoping that there's some kind of fun interaction you can do with your pet. I did ask that question as to whether you can pet the skag in my Borderlands 3 interview. While they didn't confirm that, they did say there may well be some interactions. But anyway, neither here nor there. It then spins around to the next scene. We see a couple of golden chests shooting out a metric ton of different weapons. We see a lot of bandits lined up, and this then pans into what looks like the radio station or the radio tower, the area that we fought in during the mission against Mouthpiece. It could be something a little bit different, but that does look kind of familiar. It then pans up into a cityscape, and this one's actually kind of interesting because this one we do get a quick look at Flak's three pets. I know we've seen them before, but we of course see the one on the left go over there and jump onto the enemy. It then spins over to the right and we see the skag also take down another one. And we have my favourite one in the background, that kind of white-haired looking monkey creature. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but whatever it is, that is the one that I want to use. I'm going to hazard a guess that Flak will basically have 3 skill trees for the 3 different creatures, and whatever skill tree that goes down, I don't even care if it's not the best one, that is where I'm going. That, my dudes, is my favourite pet. We of course also have Flak here dancing with Mose, looking pretty awesome, and then it ends up with all 3 of his creatures lining up there dancing in front of explosions because obviously cool guys don't look at explosions. So yeah, that's really awesome. Loving that pet on the left. He just looks so cool. He's got that kind of Sun Wukong vibe going. So yeah, he's gonna be awesome. Can't wait to see what his abilities are. Obviously right now we still don't have any gameplay of Flak, but hopefully as we get close to Gamescom, that is when we get to see some more exciting stuff.
They toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy.
Anyway, moving on from there, Mose then goes and digistructs her mech. We do see Flak hanging on the back with the skag on the top. Now, keep in mind this, since it's not actually gameplay, not entirely sure whether that would actually be possible because we do know the top is typically speaking more so for your comrade to actually climb in, so I very much doubt there's an aspect where Flak's pet can get on top. But either way, what I want to point out here is that when the mech drops down and you have this sort of spiral, you actually see a different look to Mose's mech, different look to the Iron Bear, so I appreciate that the customization options that you can maybe do for Mose probably also extend to her mech, because this is a different front design to what we've normally seen. So that's pretty cool. It then pans forward and we of course see Zane with his defensive shield, one of his abilities. He then summons his sort of decoy clone and begins dancing with him as well. Zane just clearly doesn't want to take anything seriously, and it then pans into the next scene. At this point, you then see Amara dancing on her own, and she then switches over to use her new ground pound ability, which again looks very, very cool. I just like the way they kind of sort of settle these up. They demonstrate the moves in these rather interesting and fun ways. Again, not in traditional gameplay, but it does look very, very cool. And then, of course, it goes and looks into Bandit's eye. We see plenty of bandits spinning around in this rather crazy-looking trailer. And then it basically comes towards the end where the Vault Hunters are all up on a pillar together, plenty of chests all around them, raining hundreds and hundreds of weapons, which is what we know Borderlands for. And of course then rounds out from there. So, as mentioned, not a great deal of things to pick apart specifically. I did also go through this with a fine-tooth comb, and I can't seem to find any shift codes, so unless I was sorely mistaken, I've done the kind of typical pass where you go looking for things like Morse code, shift codes, all that kind of stuff, and I can't really seem to see anything. So I'm pretty sure this is more kind of just a trailer for fun than anything else, just to kind of get people hyped. But either way, that is what we got. So if you guys enjoyed that, let me know in the comments down below if you saw anything that I did not, if you saw anything interesting, or just let me know what you're most looking forward to seeing. And of course, don't forget to keep it locked for plenty more Borderlands content. I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and also click on the little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss my next upload. Also, don't forget you can check out 269 and Paradise Central streaming over on Twitch 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. Be sure to drop by and get involved. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.